Hi, everybody. It's Linda Jean. I'm here with Mel today. We were just giving our war stories. I went through Armageddon here yesterday with the winds. I mean, I could barely get my nightgown to stay down while I stood out there in the rain singing Bally High.
You were on the corner.
Yeah, Bally High with my duck lips. But yeah, a lot of little, because the house kept getting hit and it was just little branches. Thank God.
Wow. Yeah, there's an atmospheric river parked over LA, I think, Anaheim, uh, Long Beach, and you
Oh,
said
I wonder if they closed Disneyland.
I was thinking that probably. I mean, they're supposed to get anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of rain.
Well, Malibu's already had 6 inches.
500,000 people are without electricity. Um, and I think, they said it's the wettest day in 20 years in LA. And so I just see more of these intense storms, these atmospheric rivers, and you said too, mudslides. Would you say
I
mudslides?
said
Right.
mudslides and wind, especially. I was feeling wind.
Right. I remember when you guys were having the drought, and you and I predicted it would be over.
Oh, it's going to be over.
Right.
So you wanted to plug something real quick?
Yeah. Well, number one, I want to say thank you to one of our supporters, Jolyn Shumsky, and she sent me this Aloha shirt. It's got little dog bones and dog paws. And she sent the letter. Now read the letter, it's not very long. She said, "Hi, Auntie Mel. My brother from Alaska was just here visiting me. She lives in Texas, but she's from Hawaii." She said, and he brought me the Aloha shirt that I had bought him in Hawaii when I was there in 2022, at the same time that I bought yours as well. To say I sent him the wrong one was an understatement. This gave me a big laugh when I saw the one he brought me. This was the one I bought for you, which now I'm sending to you. When you see it, you'll know why I bought this one because it's got the dogs on it. My brother told me he has over 100 Aloha shirts and he doesn't wear any of them, which surprised me. I know some of them must be classic ones. Well, I'll tell you what, Jolyn, if he doesn't want them, have him send them to me. I'll wear them.
There you go. There you go.
Also, my Africa tour, I've got room for 2 more people. That's it.
That's it.
And so I've got to get it in as soon as possible. So anyone out there that wants to go, call my office, 847-590-5411, or go on my website, www.meldoerr.com. And there's a brochure on there for Africa. And then call us and let us, we'll give you more information. So
Oh,
thank you for letting me do the infomercial. But isn't this cool? I love this shirt. It's so cute.
it's very cool.
Thank you, Jolyn. All
So,
right.
okay. Thank you guys for all your questions.
We got some good ones.
Oh, by the way, I got done with the dogs. I just got in the house. Him and I had to change the time for today. Lulu has a cracked tooth, so that has to be removed. And then they had their tetanus, their bordella or something like that.
Mortadella.
Bordella, and Jack whined the whole time. His sister had to be taken out. She still has a little blood going. Now they think it's a urine infection. So it was $250 to do the culture.
In the
My
wrong.
bill was 1,000 something.
Wow.
And for the tooth to be taken out, I don't know how much that's going to be.
I'm
Probably at
in.
least 1,000 because they're going to put her under.
Oh yeah, they have to. They
Yeah.
have to. Lucky goes to the vet, and she used to love to go in. She'll just roll over, get a tummy rub.
Really?
Oh yeah, but when they go to take her in the back room, she puts her brakes on because she knows she's gonna get.
Yeah. Yeah, Lulu doesn't like because Lulu had her legs operated on when she was 6 months old, and she's got a thing. She hides under my legs as much as she can.
Oh yeah,
But
they.
Jack will sit and by the door and put his ear up and cry for his sister.
Oh,
Cry for his Lulu could care less if he comes or goes.
you should video that.
I did today, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
Okay, so here we go. First of all, I really want to, since this is breaking news, Prince Charles has cancer, according to the monarchy, and he does not have prostate cancer. They did bring that up, that he does not have prostate cancer, which scares me because prostate cancer, at least you can fight that and get some years out of that,
Right.
depending on the stage. But I get a feeling it's a pretty serious cancer.
So do I. I mean, when you look at his pictures, I mean, I don't know how old he is, but he doesn't look well. And you had predicted, a bunch of us had predicted that that he would be king, but he wouldn't be on the throne
He
very
wasn't
long.
going to be on that long.
Mm-mm.
And I
So,
saw a picture of Camilla recently, and she looked a little haggard, very
well,
plain dressed, and I'm wondering because I'm sure she's devastated. But I always felt Camilla was going to get sick too.
well, if something happens to him, it goes to his son, which would be which one?
William,
Who? Oh, which one?
William,
William. And William is married to who?
Kate.
So then she would be Queen Kate.
Who would be Queen Kate?
When William becomes king,
King. His
would
wife
be
will be queen.
queen. That's right. So it would be, so I'm thinking, ooh, I don't know. I don't want to be negative, but
Yeah,
I'm not liking this. It's not long.
for Charles.
Correct.
And I got to tell you something. Somebody told me, an insider, but you can't trust gossip.
Right.
If the monarchy hadn't released this thing about Charles, I would have hesitated to even announce it. But since they released the press release and said he has cancer and it's not prostate cancer. But Kate, I heard, was in a coma a little bit because I know her mother came to see her and left just red-eyed. She had been sobbing, which makes sense if her daughter was in a coma or something.
Well,
But she's been in the hospital. She's home now, but she'd been in the hospital for 10 days and it's due to go back, by the way. So that's what makes me think she's got something with her intestines. Because people are saying hysterectomy. No, they don't keep you for 10 days for a hyster.
No, they don't. Um, they didn't say what it was though, right?
No, they're keeping it hush hush. She might have diverticulitis, or maybe she has some sort of cancer that they found and they took it out.
Could be Crohn's.
Yeah.
But none of us saw him being on the throne long. So
No,
mean,
we always saw him going.
I hate the fact he has cancer. That's terrible.
But Notre Dame said that when the queen passed, the one that you would think will be king won't be king. Somebody new. So, who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. Was he looking at William as new, or is that going to be Harry or what? But let me just take a quick little look-see at Prince Charles real quick.
I think Nostradamus was probably talking about King Charles because he wasn't king. He's not going to be king long.
That's probably it. Yeah. King Charles. He had a bad dream or a bad sense, like something was up. He had a sense something was up. Oh, Diana's dragging him over on the other side. He'll fight this for a while. He'll fight it for a little bit. He might even go to a different country for some sort of program. I don't know. I'm almost feeling like he won't leave the throne because he's deceased. He'll leave the throne because, and he waited so long, but because this is going to drag him down, he gives his son because he has to take care of his health.
I pulled the 6 of diamonds, which means a sudden shock from bad news. It means, so, I know he's under treatment, but this almost feels like it's progressed a lot further than what they're saying. But whatever it is, it feels pretty fast to me. How about you?
I feel some time, but not, it's pretty fast. Yeah.
I wonder if it's pancreas.
I don't know.
I don't want to speculate, but
Yeah.
after I pulled the 4 of clubs, which it means illness. So I think they'll keep it hush hush. I think Kate will be okay though. I do.
Well, I see him going through a tough patch with something with chemo and stuff.
Right.
I feel him really, really working hard. In fact, they're in talks about maybe William taking over.
Right. But when I look at Kate, I think whatever this is, she'll get through it.
Oh yeah, I see her getting through it.
Because when
I don't feel happiness with Kate.
No.
She's in this family. I saw her little Louis, Prince Louis. She was talking to him, telling him something, and he put his hand on her mouth.
Wow.
and was telling her off. He's just a kid. If that was my kid, he would have been thrown across that tennis court.
Thrown across the football field or the cricket field.
But he put his hand on her mouth like, don't talk to me. And I was like, whoa.
My mother used to tell us when we were bad, if you kids don't behave, uh, your ass will belong to me or the Lord. And by the time I'm done with it, you'll wish it went to the Lord.
Oh, listen, I had good friends at the hospital I worked at. And these women didn't mess with their kids. Shirley, my one friend, said, her daughter said, I guess they smacked her with a slipper, She said, I'm calling the police.
Here's the phone.
And Shirley said, you better make sure the police get to you before I get to you because they'll be taking out a dead body.
Ooh, ouch.
They don't mess, let me tell you.
Um,
Okay. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, must receive government secrets intelligence. Does he share that with Trump?
of course.
I've heard no.
You don't think so?
No. Oh, he'd be in huge trouble.
Well, behind the scenes, but who's running the house? Trump?
But he's not giving him intelligence. I don't know why. He doesn't trust Jack Smith. Jack Smith will find out. That's my feeling.
Okay, I'll go with that, but I still think he's feeding Trump information, though. It might not be military secrets, but I think he's feeding him, and Trump is telling Johnson what Trump wants Johnson to do. Like the whole immigration thing. I mean, Biden conceded a lot, but, Johnson said, oh, it's dead in the water, or it's dead. It's not coming to the House. And it's like, yeah, because Trump doesn't want it there, because Trump is going to make his campaign.
But secrets, intel secrets, I don't see him revealing that. I really don't.
But Trump is going to make his campain on.
Have you guys heard the latest that Trump thinks he looks like Elvis? I think it's familiar.
Oh my God.
What do you think?
Well,
They're calling him Stinkfist.
maybe the stomach.
He said, everybody's telling me I look a lot. And then somebody did what's her name? The one you can't stand. The one that goes with a football player. They are so pushed out of shape.
Oh, because she said everybody go vote, right?
Yes.
Oh, can't
What is she's more popular than anybody.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, and I enjoy her. She's young, she's in it. I loved her at the Emmy. She was singing to all the songs.
Well, back to Trump, I think he's gonna make his candidacy based on immigration. That's what he's gonna do. Because he's already said when I'm elected, he said he will begin mass deportations. Who does that sound like? That's like a playbook from Hitler, isn't it?
Yeah, but also because they said you've got to do an immigration thing and he did it, they called their bluff. And they're saying, no, we're not going to do it.
Right. No matter what Biden wants to do, they won't do it, because I think Johnson, who's a puppet to Trump, is afraid that if he does something that the MAGAs don't want, that he'll.
But if he brings it up to vote, we don't know. You only need a couple of Republicans, and one has already said he's going to vote for Biden's.
Well, let's
immigration. You only need another one.
Because Johnson doesn't want to get ousted. That's why he won't bring it to the.
Oh, I know. Well, if he can prevent it from coming to the floor, maybe he can.
Well, I don't think so if they get a majority vote, but I don't know how that works. But
oh, and then who's talking trash about immigrants, giving them citizenship, doing this? Immigrant Elon Musk. Talking trash.
Like what?
About any immigrants coming here and about how terrible we are as a country because we allow immigrants. Well, you're an immigrant, sucker.
Yeah, right.
The hell?
He's
That's
just
like Trump is one step away from Scotland. His family came here, one from Germany, one from Scotland.
Well, he's just doing that to play up with Trump and the Trumplicans. Elon Musk, I think, is on the spectrum. Nothing wrong with people on the spectrum, but he has no social skills. But I hear again, I know what Trump's going to do. He's going to make his candidacy based on immigration, just like before when he said he was vilifying Mexicans and Muslims and all that. Remember? So no
So,
matter what Biden brings to the table, Johnson is not going to bring it to the House. But you know what I saw is an end at some point to this obstruction politics. Like, have you ever noticed when the Dems or the independents are in charge, we get things done, there's no chaos. The minute the Republicans took over the House, it was instant
it
chaos.
was impeach Biden, impeach so and
Well,
so.
yeah,
Nothing but they do nothing. But you know, they think nobody's looking. It's like they crapped in their pants and nobody can smell it.
right.
We can
And
smell it.
the only thing they have to go on is immigration. Well, remember when Trump, I think what Biden's going to come out with, and a lot of other people, but when Trump was running, I'm going to build a great wall. And
Yeah.
Trump didn't do anything to curb immigration, nothing. The wall never got finished. It was just all smoke and mirrors. So I'm going to come up with a health plan next week. We're still waiting. So
Hey, so what do you think? This is from Pamela. What do you think of Alan Wesselberg? Is he going back to prison for committing perjury?
I hear yes.
Ooh.
Unless they can get him to flip and tell things he really knows.
He
But then,
already told them some stuff, but yeah.
but then the problem with that is it credible?
Um, Lupe says Haley in the polls could beat Biden according to the polls. She won't beat Biden.
Oh, I
No,
don't
she's not going to beat Biden. And everybody's all, well, now do you think the Republicans will vote for her? Because, well, some Republicans think she can beat Biden and they are voting for her, but I never see her make it up to the full thing.
no.
Susie says, love and light from Kauai. Considering what DeJoy tried to do with making voting more difficult, is there a plan in place for the next election to bring back more drop-off locations? I see Biden wanted to replace him. I don't understand why he's not replaced yet.
I don't get that either. And I talked to a friend of mine and she said the post office is almost broke. I mean, I just sent some stuff to Louisiana and it's been a week and they haven't got it yet. It used to be
Yeah, it's taken a lot longer.
2 or 3 days. There's no reason why the post office should be broke. None. So at some point, I still see DeJoy gone. I don't know why Biden didn't get rid of him. I don't know if Biden has the power to do that. I don't know.
Yeah. Is Biden's son Bo helping from the other side? Annie asked
Absolutely.
that question.
Absolutely, yes.
You know, when they're in spirit form, they can't change things or do things like angelic forms can, but they definitely can make you feel better.
Correct.
Because I'll tell you, what would take Biden down is anything happening to Hunter.
Oh, yeah, it would. That's why he didn't run. I think that's why he didn't run the last time because of his son, Bo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right, huh?
I think he could have beat Trump then.
Okay, Roxanne said, Violetta just gave, I have a show tomorrow with Violetta, just gave an alarm for everyone to be prepared for something big to happen. She said we should be prepared for non-perishables, food, water, toilet, etc. Could you guys please see what you can? Well, we don't like to disagree with other psychics if that's her hit.
Right. If that's her hit, that's her hit. You know, I don't like to read on what other psychics say.
I know. So, I mean, if that's what she got, but I'm not feeling it. I don't know about you.
I'm not feeling any Armageddon. No.
Doesn't mean that she's wrong. It just
No,
means
it
I
doesn't
don't
mean
feel
she's
it.
wrong. It just that means we're not feeling it. But you ever notice this is cute though? When COVID hit, everybody's like, I'm stocking up on toilet paper. I go, toilet paper? You know, how about water? How about toilet paper? And then I heard the joke. Yeah, the reason was anytime anybody sneezed, 20 people crap their pants.
That's funny.
First thing people say is stock up on toilet paper for what? I mean,
Tarot said, do either of you think that Jack Smith told Cannon what they have on her and suggested she may want to step down? Oh,
well, you got to be careful so they're not tampering with the judge or trying to change something. I'm sure, you know, he's playing multi-dimensional chess. He's very smart. I do think he let her know that they had proof of some of the stuff she had done that wasn't legal. That I know.
I feel whatever they told her is huge, and that it's like, he's done.
Right,
I don't care what you do, he's done.
right. It's huge. And so,
She just doesn't want it said before he runs for president because he wouldn't be president.
well, because she's thinking if he runs for president, she can stay as a judge and this and that and blah, blah, blah. She does something wrong. But let me, I'm sure she's done impropriety. But, don't kid yourself. If it came to Trump throwing her under a bus, he would do it in a nanosecond. He'll throw anybody under a bus. Look at that lawyer he just started throwing under a bus. What's her name? Alina or whatever her name is.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Right.
Somebody
So,
said $50 million for a cheap attorney that cost you $84
I know
million.
something wrong with that formula.
And also Jack's, okay. I don't know where the Euphrates River is. Do you?
Euphrates River is in Egypt.
Maybe that's it. They said the water is almost gone and they found tunnels. Scary noises coming from the tunnels. Ooh, I need to look that up. Do you get a
Ooh.
hit on that at all?
I don't think it's aliens or anything.
No, Euphrates River.
I think they were dug, thousands of
Eons ago.
eons ago. The sounds could be like the water level gurgling in there or something. I think there's a natural explanation. Albeit I'd like to think it's paranormal, but I don't think so.
Daniel wants to know, have you been getting any hits on UFO disclosures or doing a big Broadway show for us?
I don't think they're going to do a big Broadway show because, if we treated them the way we treat immigrants coming across the border, they'd want to go back to their home
Well,
planet.
we have in Vietnam, we were shooting at them and they were taking the missiles that were being shot at them and shooting them right back. Our own missiles.
I mean, for the life of me, with what's going on the planet, I don't understand why an alien would even want to visit here.
But they've always been here. They're not visiting. They're here.
I got it, but
That one alien told me, we've always been with you, but they can't speak to nonsense.
exactly. It was being cocky, right?
Yeah. You know what? Somebody's asking about the January 6th case moving forward. Annie wants to know. I think that the determination of immunity will be done soon. It might be this week.
I think so too. And that brings up another question. Maine just said their Supreme Court that they will wait for SCOTUS to decide if his name can be on the ballot. But, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, I looked it up. It was just this obscure little paragraph that nobody really used after the Civil War. But it says that SCOTUS will hear arguments on Thursday to determine if Section 3 of the 14th Amendment applies to Trump. I got a feeling they'll find a way to tap dance around.
That's what I felt too. But I feel the immunity. No. I feel he doesn't have immunity.
No, he doesn't.
Because well, then Trump, Biden can say, no, you can't. If he want, he'd say, no, can't come in here.
I think that, it's obvious that, the Trump, this and that, they're trying to, Judge Chutkan delayed it until SCOTUS or whatever makes up their mind on the immunity thing. I don't know why they're dragging their feet, but we'll get an answer soon. But I think, it's a delay on Trump's part. It really is. Until after the election, because he thinks he's going to win.
He can't delay that one.
No, he can't.
The only one that could be delayed is stealing of government property. But since Trump's not going to win, that's still going to happen.
Right.
And he's going to be ostracized.
And I don't even think a president can pardon themselves.
No. Let's see. Okay, so we did the January 6th. Now here's another one. There's a guy from the GOP suing Thomas for unpaid taxes on gifts. Will this go somewhere?
Yes,
from the Republicans.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I've always seen him in some kind of trouble, and this could be it. Did he disclose it to the IRS? Did he disclose everything he was supposed to disclose? So, and I'm always
And
thinking,
they said he should have already stepped down from even reviewing the was it the immunity or something else, because his wife was involved in the insurrection, and he won't step down because he's got this pompous attitude that you can't touch me.
plus he's in Trump's hip pocket, but
So he's walking around like a fool. He thinks he's king for a day, but look at this. He's going to get hit up for some money.
I see things being passed to keep, excuse me, I see legislation being passed to prevent things like that from,
Oh, yeah.
from them taking gifts, what essentially is a bribe, if you think about it.
Will the Supreme Court be expanded in 2025?
I hear yes.
Wait. What?
I hear yes, they will be.
Ooh.
I keep seeing like 2 or 3 new justices because a couple are going to leave.
Okay.
Clarence Thomas being one of them.
Well, I see him having to go.
Yep, he is.
Either illness or his wife.
Or both. I see him under investigation. I've always said that.
Yeah. Well, that if his own people, Republicans, are investigating him.
Right.
Linda and Mel, do you think this is Lynn? Do you think the Ruben Gallego will win the Senate race in Arizona against Kerry Lake? Yes.
Yes.
Ruben, I'll put his name down.
Carrie Lake's going to find out that she's not all that in a piece of toast like she
No, and she's not very powerful at all. She thinks she is.
She thinks she is, but not.
Oh, C. McGill. Is anyone going to be charged in the murder of the people who have died in the river?
I see investigations into it. And at some point, I do see charges, but it's going to be a while before anything.
Yeah, it seems like it's quite a ways away. Wow, Ziana said, I love seeing both Mel and Linda. When will Linda be coming to Chicago? We're working on it. We're working on it.
It's going to be a good surprise. We've already got the venue picked out. The venue is going to be amazing.
Okay.
All I'll tell them, Linda, is where we're going to have the venue is in a place that's a Chicago icon.
Good. Your house?
My house welcome wagon kicks me out of the neighborhood.
Okay, hold on.
I've got one. If you.
This is interesting. Oh, you do too? Cool. Okay, let me just ask this one.
Well, they come from.
Hello, Mel and Linda. Love your Monday get-togethers. This question may have been asked before, but I still wonder. I look up in the sky. I live in the middle of nowhere, Midwest, and it seems the skies are constantly covered in what I call chemtrails. Of course, the conspiracy theorists have a field day with their beliefs, but what exactly are they? Are they harmful to us?
They're contrails coming from jets. Jets that are really high in the atmosphere.
She said chemtrails, but they're contrails?
I think they're contrails. I don't know the exact how it works. It's some kind of way the air moisturizes behind the jet engine. I don't think they're harmful. Well, if you get too many jets, then it can help with global warming. But as far as harm to people on the ground, I don't see that other than to go global warming. They're contrails.
Okay, so what's your question?
Oh, I got it. What you posted Mel Monday, I just put it on, I posted it on my community board. So we probably got the same questions. But this one is a good one. Okay. Greg Maynard says, what will the results of Trump's federal criminal trial for election interference being delayed? In other words,
because they're waiting on what's happening right now. That's going to come out. Let me tell you something else. The New York one with the money fee and him not being able to do anything in New York, that just the judge said he was going to announce it on the 31st of January, and now it's February 5th. I think it's coming today or tomorrow.
It is very soon. And here again, we talked about this. the Supreme Court is going to say that he's not immune from prosecution. And they might even say he's not immune from prosecution because he's going to say he was president when the insurrection happened, but under Section 13 of the 14th Amendment. So because it was an insurrection, and they pretty much have proof that he organized it. So, you know, I see it delayed, that trial, but I see him convicted
Okay,
for the federal criminal trial for election interference.
right, right. Okay. Now you
And
got another question?
I got a funny feeling the judge in New York is going to, that whole fraud stuff, that's a civil case. My guides are telling me they're going to turn that over to the state of New York, the state's attorney of New York, for criminal, because they're civil and criminal. That was civil, but I see him charged criminally in New York.
Oh, okay. I love it. Love it. And he's
He-
got big trouble with the IRS too.
yes,
I
absolutely.
don't know when that's coming, but he's got big trouble with the IRS.
And the thing with Jean Carroll, they determined that something happened, but they don't know if they have enough to go for criminal charges of rape. But if they're not going to win that one on appeal either. And I hope Trump opens his mouth, because every time he opens his mouth,
He's not right now. Yeah.
yeah, well, let's see what happens.
Okay.
But I hope he does, because then she can sue him again and get more money.
Okay, cool.
He'll try to get out from paying her, but my guides say no way. He's going to have
He's
to.
gonna have to, oh, listen, she'll follow him through to his grave, or her estate will if she's not around.
Well, the reason that I don't think he wanted his taxes made known when he was running is because he's not as rich as he makes out to be. And if he
Remember when Rachel Maddow, somebody anonymously sent her his taxes from something, and it actually showed he made good money?
right,
I said that was a Trump thing. Trump sent that to her.
it was that wasn't planned. But I think the other thing is, if he came public with his taxes, he would incriminate himself, especially with how he devalued properties in New York. So,
Oh, right, right. So you got another question?
yep, let's see. Okay. Hi, beautiful Linda and handsome Auntie Mel. I was wondering if Congress will get it together and provide more funding for the Affordable Connectivity Act, a program to make sure low-income individuals and families have access to the internet. If they don't, it will end in April and millions may be cut off. That's a good question, actually.
This April.
It says it'll end in April, and if they don't get more funding, then that help will be cut off for low-income families to have internet connectivity. I see it being extended.
I think so, but the real extension will happen when Biden is back. Yeah. The
Right.
real extension will happen when Biden is back in the saddle and running the ship.
Good. All right, go ahead.
What's gonna happen? Baby Blue said, what's gonna happen with Roddy Jackson and that pill factory he was running out of the White House? They're investigating that.
Yeah, and for all those people that were so supposedly, MAGAs who are anti this and anti that, and so pandering to the ultra right-wing Christian nationalists, yet they're having all these drug parties.
I know. Well, remember that one guy who was in a wheelchair talked about MAGAs having drug parties, and yeah.
And he was telling the truth. And I think
telling
that's
the truth.
that's
I think that Ronnie guy, I'm feeling like this, like he knows, because they're looking at, this is being investigated on. I can see it right now. I see them following the trail of who he was writing these for. A lot of it was his, actually.
right. But
He
who
might have been selling it to friends. Yeah.
exactly? I see him indicted on this.
Ooh, is there going to be any big bang with people who also got the drugs, or?
Absolutely. Because
Okay.
they already know. I think they know who he was giving them to, who he was selling them to, and they'll go to those people and say, okay, you bought illicit drugs, tell us what you know. And we'll work with you on some, not immunity, but instead of charging with this much, we'll charge you with this much.
Exactly.
So
I love it.
it's
Okay,
going on.
you got another question?
Oh, this is a good one. Greg Menard says, has Judge Eileen, I call her Loose Cannon, has
Yeah,
Judge Eileen Loose Cannon successfully sabotaged Jack Smith's case against Trump?
no.
She'd like to, but she couldn't. She didn't.
And no, absolutely not. I can tell you right now, no. She will be taken off the case before the big stuff starts happening.
Exactly.
Vincent said the European Union passed a multi-billion-dollar aid package for the Ukraine. Do you see the US passing any aid this year?
Well, I think behind the scenes, Biden is working on ways if the House won't appropriate the money that
Right, he's giving jets to Greece so they can give it to the Ukraine.
correct. He'll take it from other funds, and that's not illegal. He can do that. So
Right.
that's what.
Okay. You know what else I got a hit on today when I was just minding my own beeswax? I got a hit that Iran was, they're telling that, come on, you guys are chicken. Why didn't you hit us with the bombs? It's not everybody in Iran. Trust me. Iran doesn't want this war, but the big mouse, come on, take this off my shoulder. And I'm feeling, we are stifling ourselves and we will not hit Iran. I will tell you that much. But I also feel they're doing that for Putin.
Of course they are.
I had
They're-
that big hit. Putin says, say, I dare you, make them look bad.
That's exactly what he's doing because it's an election year and he wants to make Biden look bad because he wants Trump in office because he knows if Trump gets in office, that Trump will do anything Putin wants, including weakening NATO and not supporting NATO. And that's what
Well, the good news is our astrologer said that Putin and Trump, bad time coming this summer. Bad. I think Putin was June. I think Trump is April.
I read today there was a drone attack on U.S. military base in Syria backed by Iran.
Just today?
Yes, today. It killed like not any Americans, but 3 or 4 Syrians. But the question is, here's a good question. Where's Iran getting the drones? Are they manufacturing them themselves? Are they coming from North Korea? Are they coming from Putin? So
They're coming from Putin.
I know, but if they keep
America is hitting boom, boom. I'm telling you, we got no problem with missiles. We're hitting them left and right. We're cleaning out anybody that shoots at us will get shot right back at.
Well, my psychic light bulb just went on, and I think you're right. I think they want us to attack targets in Iran because the Iranians can say, but we didn't do that. It was a group that supports Iran, but we didn't sanction that. And look, you guys bombed us, and they're going to do that here again to try to make Biden look bad.
But he's not taking the bait.
He's not going to take the bait. He's too smart.
I remember having those flashes. I don't know if some of you guys remember this. I remember big top generals sitting around at a table and them talking, about intel. And I remember them all saying, we got to get the nuclear code out from underneath that guy. They were talking about Trump.
Oh, yeah.
They were so worried about the fate of this nation because of Trump.
Exactly.
And I remember them in that circle and I could see that table. It was like a oak table. It was solid. And I could just see them talking and I see them placating Trump. Because, Trump didn't like to hear anything but what he wanted to hear.
Right. And I think Biden took away Trump's security clearance as well. So.
Oh, hell, that's the first thing he did. And all his family, too.
Oh.
And the CIA or whoever came back, or the FBI or Secret Service said, sir, we can't give your children security clearance because they don't qualify. I guess they started it and they big red flag said, don't give them that. And Trump said, give them to him anyway.
Yeah, but I remember that. But under Biden, I don't think they have it anymore.
Oh, no, he took it all away. And, Biden doesn't have anyone but his wife near him. She has her own office. She's first lady.
Okay. I've got one. Sherry Weaver. This is a good one. Hi, Linda and Auntie Mel. I was wondering about the dispute between Texas and the U.S. over the border between Texas and Mexico. Who's going to win? Well, the U.S. government will win.
The U.S. government will win. And here's the other thing. A lot of those people showed up and there was no big they went to stop the big, takeover, and it's not happening right now.
Right. I don't even know. I just wonder how much this crisis at the border is really a crisis at the border. You know, it might be media hype too.
It's a lot of it. Man, you guys be very careful about anything that comes out, because a lot of it is fake news.
I agree.
And then that guy, the guy from MSNBC that does the board, Steve whatever, he's showing these numbers about Biden losing big time. And I'm so pissed off at him, but
Who is
Biden's
it?
not going to lose. Biden's not going to lose.
Who is it? Who's saying that?
Steve Kornacki or something, the guy that stands at the board.
Oh, he's saying Trump will lose? I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, no, well, yeah, Biden is. His look at his 34%, Trump is high this and high that. I'm like, bullpucky.
well, I believe in that Alan Lichtman. He's the guy that's successfully predicted every presidential
Who's he
election.
saying right now?
Well, he was saying that, he's kind of that Biden, but he hasn't come out officially, but he said that things are so crazy, who knows? But he's a professor.
But they're
So
not going to, in fact, Rachel Maddow just posted something, this will be the first time, because we could not win in certain areas because it was rigged
right.
by the maps. This is the first time that the maps aren't rigged as bad as they were before. So this is really going to help us.
I hope. But I think that at the border, the dispute between Texas and US, the federal government will win.
So let me ask you something, and this is a very serious question. Will the government take away funds from Texas for
They'll-
not listening to the Supreme Court?
They will threaten to, absolutely.
Okay. Well, Texas was saying we're going to succeed until they found out their Social Security checks will stop.
Right.
And the other thing, if they succeeded, well, first of all, they'd be in big trouble because the government would go in and take over. And if they succeeded, we would be in charge because all their Congress people and everybody are off the map.
Well, I think what Abbott is doing is secession without seceding.
Okay.
That's what he's doing. And that whole we defend ourselves from invaders. I think that meant military. It didn't mean people crossing the border who are migrants. And so, he used that to try to impeach Mayorkas, which is there's no standing as far as I can see. My guides tell me that. And they were thinking about using it to try to impeach Biden, but it's going to blow up in their faces, I'm telling you. But
Okay.
Trump will try to politicize it for his benefit.
Right. Well, you guys, I hate to have to be a party pooper, but I need to go. I've got to call my cousin Jim. Jim is not feeling well. If you guys could do some prayers for him.
I left a message for Sue and she answered.
Okay.
So
Oh, she was probably happy to hear from you. This isn't, I'm not running an hour today, 50 minutes according to this. But next Monday, I'll be on your show.
next Monday, my show.
Okay.
All right, sweetie.
Oh, and then on the 13th, I'm inviting you and Kevin and people to a little before VD Day.
BD Day, I love it. And
All right, you guys, we love you.
Jolynn, thanks for this shirt. And call me about Africa. I've got 2 more. Bye.
Bye, everyone. We love you. Cheers.